Well, good morning, everyone. My name is MightyStream. I'm going to do your August the 13th spiritual principle a day in a meditation. I hope you're doing well this morning. Let's go ahead and get into that meditation. The title of today's meditation is Anonymity and Individuality. In anonymity, we are free to be ourselves and to carry and receive a message of hope with the addict who suffers, regardless of whenever, wherever, or whoever they might be. Now, that comes from our Guiding Principles book, Tradition 12, Closing Reflection. We live in the world where consciously and unconsciously, we adjust how we speak and behave at times to fit our circumstances. We avoid certain four-letter words when talking to Granny or the boss, for example. We treat each other in different ways, too. A handshake, a bow, or a fist bump may be called for, depending on the situation. Or maybe cheek-to-cheek, air kisses, 1, 2, or 3. The point is that people, even non-addicts, adapt as a sign of respect or solidarity. But as with so many other characteristics, addicts can take this natural inclination to extremes. In active addiction, we scaled up our capacity to read situations and leveraged this skill set to get what we wanted, or rather, what we needed. Instead of being flexible to connect with others, we were cunning manipulators trying to get our way. Recovery helps us return this ability to its proper proportions. Working the steps helps us figure out who we are and then supports our efforts to be and do our best. What a relief. We can be more secure in our own identities and less like chameleons today. Practicing the spiritual principle of anonymity does not mean losing our individuality. In reality, the very character of Narcotics Anonymous relies, in part, on the rough and tumble liveliness that arises from the diverse personalities of our members, as stated in It Works, How and Why. In being our weird, wonderful selves, we allow a broader range of addicts to connect with the message and and come to believe that NA might work for them too. Let me reread that for you, okay? It says, in being our weird, wonderful selves, we allow a broader range of addicts to connect with the message and come to believe that NA might work for them too. Collectively and individually, we are NA's best asset. In fact, we are NA. When we share from the heart, others connect. Being ourselves to the best of our ability makes way for others to do the same. There is a place for all of us in NA. We all fit in when we focus on caring and receiving our message of hope. I will share my unvarnished experience today, knowing that serenity and genuineness are far more important than polish or pretense. NA needs me to be me, no more, no less. Turns out I need that too. Let's take a moment of silence followed by the we version of the Serenity Prayer. Moment of silence now, please. Thank you. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Just for today, please and thank you. What a powerful meditation. I don't know about you, but when I read that, it's something very sweet about it. Anonymity and individuality. And I believe that I am NA as much as you are in NA. And together we make NA much sweeter, far more diverse. And the message that we send to the still suffering addict is that, hey, if we can do it, you can do it too. I've met so many traumatized, recovering individuals. I've met so many individuals that have spent the better portion of their lives in prison. And we're all in this room of recovery together with one thing on our mind, well, maybe two: how to better recover in our own daily lives and to make sure that we're available for someone else that wants the same thing. And that is the gist of this meditation today, is that I by myself cannot do it. The organization Narcotics Anonymous, World Service Office of NA, right, cannot do it without all of us being a part of it. And together, we're able to make this world a better place. It sounds like a song. I think it is, right? But together, we're able to carry this message that any addict can stop using, lose the desire to use, and find a new way to live. And 9 times out of 10, that new way is a better way because they don't have drugs in their system. They are in a position to make better choices. You know, there's this young lady. She's on the other side of my country, right? She lives so far away from me. But I met her in the room during the pandemic. I would say she's one of our Zoom babies, probably, right? Met her during the pandemic, and we began to engage each other, and I began to learn a little bit about her. And as I follow her on social media and I see the changes that are coming about in her life, she's gone from being on paper to being off of paper, no longer having to report to anyone, having babies, losing her husband to the system, to him coming home again, to being reunited with her other children that she had before they got married. And now she has the most beautiful family. And she is a mature young lady. She is serious about her recovery. And she works, right? She has a job and she gets a paycheck and she uses it to take good care of her family. Now, that is probably 100,000 different women's story, if not more, in the program. But she was able to do it because we made sure that we were available, even during the pandemic. So this is huge, that when we share who we are, the person that is in need of receiving a message, when we say what comes from the heart touches the heart, when we're authentic about who we are, how we got here, and what our lives are like, and what our solutions have been in recovery, that in itself is a light that shines brightly for someone that is still in the dark of active addiction, that they can get out. You know, let's take another moment of silence for the individuals that are coming to this morning, for the individuals that possibly overdosed last night and didn't make it, never found the rooms, or they found the rooms and left them, and that was one hit too many and didn't make it. Let's take a moment of silence for the individual that is already scheming on how to get their next one. Let's hope that there's some intervention today that leads them back to the rooms of Narcotics Anonymous or leads them there for the first time. Let's take a moment of silence and then we'll close with that. Moment of silence now, please. Thank you. My name is MightyStream. I've enjoyed talking to you today. Have a beautiful day on purpose.